What's up, guys? And today I'm gonna be ranking fitness coach content ideas from S tier to D tier. And if you're a fitness coach and your content isn't bringing in new clients, it's not because Instagram hates you. It's because 90% of coaches are posting the same content and most of it is in the D tier. I've helped coaches build content systems that actually convert followers into paying clients. So today I'm ranking the most common fitness coaches content ideas from S tier. Post this today to D tier. Delete this from your content calendar immediately. And I'm not just going to rank these. I'm going to explain exactly why each one lands where it lands. So by the end of this video, you understand the logic behind it, not just the list. So let's get into it. So S tier, number one, client transformation with story, not just photos. Okay, a before and after photo alone is a C tier, at best. Anyone can post two photos side by side. What makes this S tier is the story behind it. Why this person started, why they struggled, what they struggled with, what almost made them quit, and what the moment felt like when it finally clicked. Here's why that matters so much. People scrolling Instagram aren't looking at their clients' apps and thinking, wow, nice apps. They're looking at it and asking subconsciously, could that be me? A photo alone doesn't answer that question. A story does. The story is what makes the viewer see themselves in that transformation. This is also the content type that does double duty. It builds trust with cold viewers, and it works as social proof for warm leads who are already considering DMing you. That combination is rare. Most content does one or another. This does both. That's why it's S tier and not A tier. So S tier number two. Here's exactly what I would do if I was starting over again. I think it's this one. Yeah, so this format works on a psychological level that most coaches don't think about. When you say, here's what I do if I were starting over, you're not lecturing. You're handing over a real system for free, with no strings attached. That's disarming. People's guard drops, basically. And here's the key part. This format builds authority without even having to say, I'm an expert, or trust me, I know what I'm doing. You're just showing it. Authority that's demonstrated is always more convincing than authority that's claimed. The other reason this is S tier is what it sets up in the viewer's head afterward. Okay? Once someone watches you lay out a full plan, the very next thought is usually, that's a lot to figure out myself. Should I just let this person do it for me? That thought is what turns into a DM. And this format is basically a soft pitch disguised as pure value. That's an incredibly hard thing to pull off well, which is exactly why it's rare, and exactly why it converts so well when done right. So next, let's move to A tier. So number one is myth busting, a popular fitness belief. Taking something people widely believe, for example, cardio kills your gains, or you need to eat 6 meals a day, lifting heavy makes women bulky, and correctly explaining why it's wrong. The reason this works is simple. Disagreement is stronger scroll stopper than agreement. If you say something people already believe, they nod and keep scrolling. If you say something that contradicts what they believe, they stop. Because now there's tension, and tension is what holds attention. Okay? So why is this A tier and not S tier? Two reasons. First, delivery risk. If you come across as arrogant or condescending while correcting people, you lose trust instead of building it. And that risk is baked into the format itself. Second, it proves you're knowledgeable, but unlike the S tier formats, it doesn't naturally lead the viewer towards the next step. It builds authority, but it doesn't build a bridge to a DM as directly. A tier number two, day in the life as a fitness coach. I think it's this one. This shows the actual, This shows the actual process behind the results. Programming sessions, client check-ins, writing out plans. Real coaching happening in real time. Why this matters? Most fitness accounts only show the output, the workouts, the transformations, but almost nobody shows the actual work of coaching. Showing that process builds trust because people can see you're not just a personality posting workout clips. You're actually running a real operation behind the scenes. It sits in A tier instead of S tier because its main job is brand building and long-term trust, not immediate conversation. Someone watching a day in the life video isn't usually thinking, I need to DM this person right now. They're thinking, this person seems legit, which is valuable, but it's a slower burning kind of valuable. So let's move to B tier. Number 1 is motivational speech to camera. This is the one almost every coach thinks is S tier, and it's not. So let's talk about why. Motivational content gets views, it gets comments, it gets shares. It feels like it's working because the engagement numbers look good, but engagement and conversation are two completely different things. Motivation makes people feel something in the moment. It doesn't demonstrate that you have a system, a method, or expertise that makes you worth paying for. Think about it from the viewer side. After watching a motivational speech, what's the next action? There isn't a clear one, of course. It's not information they can use, and it's not proof of your expertise. It's just a feeling and feelings fade fast on social media. That's exactly why it's B tier. It's genuinely good for community building and keeping your existing audience engaged, but weak for pulling in new paying clients. B tier number 2 is workout demo or exercise tutorial. It's useful, evergreen, good for search and SEO, since people are literally searching how to do X exercise on YouTube and Instagram all the time. But here's the problem, it's massively saturated. There are millions of exercise tutorials already online from creators for bigger than any individual coach's account. That saturation means it rarely goes viral and it rarely stands out on its own. Because you're competing with the entire internet basically, not just other coaches in your niche, that's why it's B tier. It's solid, reliable, filler content for a content calendar, and it does have long-term SEO value, but it shouldn't be the centerpiece of your strategy because it's not differentiated enough to convert on its own. So let's move to C tier. Number 1 is what I eat in a day videos. A few years ago, this format was, I would say, maybe in the A tier, maybe, but probably B tier still. But it felt fresh, it felt personal, and gave a real window into a coach's lifestyle. But the algorithm and the audience both caught up. It's now one of the most oversaturated formats in the entire fitness content space. It's not completely dead. It can still work if it's tied to something specific, like what I eat in a day to hit 180 grams of protein on a student budget. Specificity gives it a reason to exist again. But posted generically, it's forgettable, because the viewer has seen 50 versions of this exact video already this week. C tier number 2 is generic motivational quote over a B-roll. Text quote overlaid on a gym clip, usually with a music track underneath. The problem here is that it shows zero personality and zero expertise. It's completely replaceable, and any coach's account could post the exact same video and nobody would notice the difference. Although it might collect saves, because quotes are the kind of thing people bookmark to look at later and never actually revisit. But saves don't pay your bills, DMs do. That disconnect is exactly why this ranks low. It looks like it's performing, but it's not doing the actual job content is supposed to do for a coaching business. And lastly, D tier, posting a gym selfie with a caption like "grind never stops." This says absolutely nothing about who you help, how you help them, or why anyone should trust you with their money and their goals. It's content for the sake of posting something, filling a square on the content calendar rather than communicating anything of value. The honest truth is this type of post mainly serves the poster's ego, not the audience's needs. It doesn't build authority, it doesn't build trust, and it doesn't move anyone closer to becoming a client. Delete it from the calendar entirely. So, here's the bigger takeaway. If most of your content has been sitting in B, C, or D tier, that's not a talent problem. It's a strategy problem. It has nothing to do with how good of a coach you are. The coaches actually growing right now aren't the ones with the best physiques or the best motivation. They're the ones building content systems around S and A tier ideas consistently, week after week, not posting randomly and hoping something hits. If you want to see what actually looks like built out for your specific niche, drop a comment or DM me and I'll walk you through it, and see you in the next one. Peace!